Hello, everybody. We are live. This is Paul Puna. Super excited. This is going to be our closing live stream, the fun stuff. So we're going to be giving a lot of cool prizes and some good ways for you to get started with our Talking Photos AI technology. If you haven't already, go to TalkingPhotos.ai/go. This is your last chance. We'll be closing this down very soon. Probably within the next 24 hours or so, or even a few hours from now, depending on when you're watching it. And this is it. After we close it down, we'll be opening again in a month or 2 months once the application is fully ready with all the features we were planning on adding. And I'll talk about what those are right now. And then once we open it up again, it'll be at least double the price or even more. It's going to have upsells, downsells, cross-sells. You don't have to worry about all that because you're getting it for a one-time payment for pretty much like lifetime access for one-time payment, right? With all the updates we're going to be making, it's going to be even more better. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Talking Photos AI application, because one of the biggest questions is, what am I really getting as a part of it? And also the other question is, where's the use cases here? How are we really going to benefit from it? So the Talking Photos AI application, as you know, is part of something that we're working on right now. In the next 3 weeks or so, it's going to be fully ready, the application. But right now, you get access to the ability to create videos like
Fotos.
this.
Puedes hacer que tus fotos hablen y canten en todo.
So you can create videos just like this one, okay, in any language you want, have lip sync, and with the camera panning, zooming, and all that kind of stuff. Right, see, let me show you.
Todos los idiomas con una sincronización labial perfecta.
Téléchargez votre propre photo ou utilisez une photo générée avec l'IA. Vous pouvez également échanger votre propre visage sur une image générée par l'IA.
Wählen Sie aus Hunderten von Text-to-Speech-Stimmen oder laden Sie Ihre eigene Audiospur hoch, sie mit Ihrem Foto zu synchronisieren.
As posibilidades são infinitas.
Pretty cool, right? So now you can go a step further. You can also do singing videos, right? And then this is also, again, once you get TalkingPhotos.ai/go, you can get a 14-day free trial. You want to try it out, slightly more expensive later on with the 2 payments, or you can get it for one-time payment. The price is increasing every day, so I can't tell you what the price is, but it's just under $100 right now, because of the fact that I want to celebrate with you the brand new basically launch, where we are going to be releasing the application in about 3 weeks time, right? So you're getting it ahead, so that way you can actually get to try. We've never done something like this before, but it's been fun. The feedback has been excellent. The pricing we've done has been just, people have received us really well as well. It's excellent. Right now, you can also do singing videos like this.
With you, my dreams and fears, pour out my heart and lay bare. Will you accept me with a love that's fair, or will you walk away like you didn't care if I offer you my pasos cortos en la acera? Nuestro amor no tiene prisa, caminamos sin mirar atrás. आँखों में जो सपने हैं उन्हें हमने पाया, प्यार में जो रंग है उन्हें हमने सजाया.
Now, just a quick point here, right? So as you can see here, the characters here that you see, the 3D characters, this is also something you can create yourself, right? And of course, the other cool part is that you see the lips that are moving, they're basically perfectly synchronized. We're actually improving the system even further. It's going to be even better as we go along. One of the biggest requested stuff that came in is basically also talking animals. So we're actually looking into that right now, and that should be ready as well in about 3 weeks time. So we're going to start off with 3D character animals. So that's what Disney style, right? Like talking cats, Disney style, Pixar style, that kind of thing. That's something as well that we're working on. It's going to blow you away when it's available. So that will be basically start off with a photo that you can generate, or you can upload, whatever, and then you can make them talk, right? Basically, that's going to be awesome with perfect lip sync and stuff. And it's only going to get better with time. Now, the other thing that's coming up in about 3 weeks time, once the Talking Photos AI solo application is ready, which is why you're getting a straight more than 50% discount, right? Because when it comes up later on, when we release it for other folks, because we're taking in your feedback. Well, the animal talking one was one, hand movements was the other one. So that is the other one that was requested. So that's going to be coming up as well when we do the solo application. That is the reason why you're getting it such a low one-time price, right? So let's talk about that other aspect, which is coming up. So let's say you have a photo like this, right? This here, she's sitting down here, right? Just a simple photo here, like so. What if we can make her talk, right? With hand movements and everything, okay? And this is the game changer. Never been done before. No other application can do hand movements and stuff from a single photo, right? They've done something like face swap, where you can put a face on another video, or you can basically, you have to basically speak like what I'm speaking right now, and then you can probably do lip sync or whatever. But never where you can just do the photo, have hand movements and stuff, and you can control the hand movements. You can control the emotions in the face, right? Like this. Check this.
Full body talking video, created with TalkingPhotos.ai. I started with a static photo and turned it into this video, where my lips perfectly sync with the audio and my hands move like a professional spokesperson. You can upload your own photo and swap faces with any existing avatar in the app to create lifelike talking videos from static images. Wave goodbye to expensive cameras and studio equipment. Create professional.
Pretty cool, right? You can control the hand movements and stuff. You start off with a photo. So let's just, let me show you something else here. So this is one photo. Let's go and try another one here. So let's say this was the other photo, right? So same concept applies. Any voice, lip sync perfectly, hand movements can be controlled. And here's the other cool part. You see here, her hands are not even fully visible. It actually creates the hands. The AI creates the hands by actually studying her facial structure, her skin tone, her hairstyle, the body type and everything, and creates it. So in this case, watch this. The hands are not visible. Again, I don't have the data for the hands, right? This part of the hand, right? I just have just the shoulder and, the elbow area and all that, right? So this is how you can do it. It recreates that. That's what AI has the true strength and power of, right?
Body talking video, created with TalkingPhotos.ai. I started with a static photo and turned it into this video, where my lips perfectly sync with the audio and my hands move like a professional spokesperson. You can upload your own photo and swap faces with any existing avatar in the app to create lifelike talking videos from static images.
Or you can upload your own photos as well, or you can even generate the photos. I'll talk about that in just a second, right? Because it's something that just blows people away when you think about it. The technology where the hands were not even visible. Like you go in here, check this, no hands. And then you go in here.
Wave
Look at the
goodbye
hands.
to
The hands never existed. The AI recreated the hands. You see the point there? Sometimes I tell people, like they ask me, like, what's the power of AI? This is the power of AI, where you can actually create environments that didn't exist before. And that is where realism comes. That's where the results come. 90% plus of all content consumed on the internet right now, right, is video. So if you can create videos like this of one photo, right, like that helps you reach your audiences better. Let's talk about one more example here. Let's just see here. Let's say this was a photo, right? Again, it's a simple photo, right? Let's just talk about another one. So in this particular case, you see this, right? I want to kind of focus on, I'll show you this for folks. You see her hands here. If I can show you this, hopefully. Let me see here. Like you see her hands, right? This area where the hands are located, you can't even see, right? The hands are hidden. So watch this. You see this? There's a skirt here she has, but her hands are not visible. Only her left hand is visible, not the right, right? Even then, AI will figure out and recreate the hands, right? Check this out.
body talking video, created with TalkingPhotos.ai. I started with a static photo and turned it into this video, where my lips perfectly sync with the audio and my hands move like a professional spokesperson. You can upload your own photo and swap faces with any existing avatar in the app to create lifelike talking videos from static images.
Pretty cool, right? You see that? Like, again, let me show you. That was the hand. The right hand was not even fully visible. And then let's go back here.
Wave
Look at the right
goodbye.
hand here, right? You see that? Pretty incredible, right? That is what we like to call next generation. People always ask me like, oh, AI, is it a buzzword? Oh, AI, is it like something that's like a bubble, or like it sounds cool, but what's the use cases? This is the use case where before you'd have everything perfect in an environment where shot with professional cameras and all that kind of stuff. The next iteration of AI is like you start with a photo and it will do the hand movements for you, realism for you, emotions for you. Give it a script, give it an audio. It'll understand the audio and change the facial expressions based on the sentiment of that audio, right? This is basically what we're working on. And this is going to be ready in about 3 weeks, as I told you. That's why you're getting a deal of a lifetime, as I like to call it, right? Because you can go to, let's say, TalkingPhotos.ai, right? And then you can create videos just like this.
Picture this, taking a plain, lifeless photo and turning it into a full-body talking video that wows everyone. That's exactly what you get with Talking Photos AI. I'm not just moving my lips. I'm nailing the sync with the audio, and my gestures, spot on, just like a pro spokesperson. But wait, there's more. You can upload your own photo and swap faces with any avatar in the app to create incredibly realistic talking videos. It's like turning a photo into a living, breathing presentation. Forget the expensive cameras and fancy studios. With just a single photo, you can produce high-quality spokesperson videos that look and feel professional.
Now, here's the thing. You go to TalkingPhotos.ai/go. For those who haven't gotten it, I'm explaining to you. You go down here. You see that timer? When that timer goes in, that means you're closing down for good, okay? That means if you go in here, right, you click on this, right? We're going to be removing this. There's two options here, as you can see here. You're going to get Talking Photos trial, or you get 14 days free trial, and then $49 times 2. So after 14 days, you're going to be billed $49 once, and then 30 days later, so meaning 45 days from today, roughly, give or take, it's going to be billed another 49, so total of $98, and you never have to pay again. Now, this option will be completely removed, and this also right here, which is already the price has gone up multiple times here already. Now, this right here at this point in time is a $7 discount. This also will be gone. So when we come back in again, this is going to be at least $170 to $200, $199, and this trial will never be offered again. Okay. The reason why we want to even give the free trial is to use it for yourself, and once the app releases, you can basically get it results with it, get traffic, leads, and sales with it, and then you can pay for itself on its own, right? And all the other stuff, right, is already available, right? Other than the hand movements and stuff, once you get it in Video Express. So right now, you can start using and create videos like these, right? Like these, right? You're talking, lip sync, head movement, eye blinking, and all that, singing, right? Like this, right? Just singing videos like this, with perfect lip sync in any language, right? Have two people talking with each other, right? Stuff like that. You can do those things right now as well, so that you can do right away, okay? So for all I want you to do, if you haven't already gotten it, this is your last chance. Don't say I didn't give you reminders. Don't come back later and say, well, you should have told me, you should have reminded me, because I didn't know that it was closing down. I thought I'll get back in a month or in a week, in 2 weeks or whatever. I know, for that matter, sometimes I try to say things like, okay, it's closing down, and you see marketing terms and stuff, and then again, it's brought back in for like the same price. What I wanted to kind of explain here is this is a test we are doing. We want a small test group of people to give us feedback, and we already got amazing feedback so far. People wanted animal talking videos with 3D characters, 3D animals, 3D cats and stuff. Were being worked on, right? Top priority. And then secondly, you folks wanted the ability to create a timeline of stories, right? Where you put in, and then you have two people talking with each other, and also the ability for you to actually create an entire story with the character, right? That's being worked on now. The other thing as well is you want realism, right? Better quality, where you can upload to, say, TikTok or YouTube Shorts and stuff, and people will not even know that it was shot as one single photo. It looks like a professional shot it with professional camera, right? So meaning it's competing against basically this UGC content, like to call. You go to Fiverr.com, you see, right? I can create video ads for TikTok, right? Like somebody speaking like this in front of the camera. 60-second videos is about $400 or more, right? Similarly, like you can go in some other examples here. This gentleman right here, right? Vertical UGC ads, right? Same thing, right? Premium ad creation, which is a minute long, minimum $100, right? 60 seconds long. And all they're doing is speaking in front of the camera. Here, you can do expressions. You can add different languages. You can add voices in different languages. Either you pay $100 for each video, or you go in and you get it once, right? Pay $98 after the trial, or even less. And then you can create any amount of videos you desire, right? With flexibility of adding subtitles, and with flexibility of creating videos in different languages, singing videos, cartoon cat videos, or dog videos, 3D character videos, right? And a lot of other requests you folks had, right? And also length. You can do, like you can see here, right? 5 minutes per scene, all right? And that basically adds up a lot more value to you. Here, what was it? 1 minute, $100 minimum. The other go was 1 minute was $400 or so, right? That is where we talked about market value, right? Like you go in here and let's say you got this right now, okay? You can use PayPal, you can use Visa, whatever, your credit card, crypto, whatever you want to do, doesn't matter. The point is it also comes with a 30-day money back guarantee, and you're set, you don't have to worry about it. But the point I'm making is, right, at the end of the day, right, the marketplace is the marketplace. I didn't set the rules. You didn't set the rules. The point of the matter is, think of it this way, right? This girl right here, right? She has 7 orders in queue. right? Let's zoom her in, right? She has 184 reviews. She's charging $400 for one vertical video, right? There are people out there today making minimum wage, like even in the US, right? They're getting paid maybe $8, $10 an hour, right? They're gonna have to work 40 hours, right, to just generate that $400 that this girl right here just in front of the camera and talking for $400. Where is the fairness, right? The point I'm making is people pay based on value, right? People are paying here because these types of videos are doing well on TikTok and YouTube shorts. We've been talking about that always, right? So the number one question people always ask is, okay, I like this technology, I see the potential of it, but it sounds too gimmicky. AI looks too gimmicky, right? The point I'm making is you have to think of it from the perspective of speed of implementation, right? If I told you, go get a camera equipment, right? B, do this, like how she's doing here. B, have lighting perfect, right? Have hand movements perfect, right? See this right here? We're like, check this out. This is the other thing I want to show you here. She's centered in front of the camera and stuff like that. It's too difficult for a lot of people. They give up. Same even in this particular case, right? This guy right here is talking, right? Add subtitles like this. People give up. They don't know what to do, and they give up, right? And either you start quickly, you get the gold rush that is happening in these platforms, or you can probably just say, okay, I'll try it out in a few months, and then it's too late. By the time you buy the camera equipment, you buy all this other stuff and do this stuff, it's already too late. The gold rush has passed you by, right? So I want you to understand this, okay? And this is basically how value works, okay? Does that make sense? And now this is another question. The hand movements are the same in videos because that's for demos. What we're going to give you is basically for like stuff like this, right? Like I was trying to explain. So you know how she's moving her hands, right, throughout. So it will give you options to pick different styles. Like if you want her to put thumbs up and speak, or move her hands and speak, or like you want a different type, like you want to have them do. What we are going to do is focus on realism there. We're not going to do something where like they're cutting their face and blocking their lips and talking, which we know, right? The stuff like that. But yeah, you're going to have multiple different variations of movements and stuff to work on. We're experimenting with some other things. I can't reveal too much because it's still an experimental stage, but if they end up working, we'll also include that in as well. I cannot promise you anything right now in terms of basically some other cool things we're testing in terms of animations, movements and stuff. But if it works, yeah, we'll include that in, not a problem as well, right? Now, the other point I wanted to make here is, again, coming back to the discussion, right? Like you folks can go right now, okay? You go to UGC ads, this concept called UGC ads in Fiverr.com. And Fiverr is a cheaper platform out there, right? So check this out. I'll write, produce, edit, and write CTR ads or click-through rate, high click-through rate ads. Look at this, right? Video Express, or Express videos, right? 15-second of video, camera set, outfit of choice, script writing, $300 or so, right? See this? Premium, $500 plus for 60 seconds, right? This is where the problem is. I mean, these videos work, I don't deny, but the problem is, right, takes 7 days to deliver and $500, right? And AI is gonna, unfortunately, put a lot of these people out of business because it does a better job and at a more higher frequency of content and different languages and some other things like that, right? And so that's what I was trying to tell you. People always say like, oh, AI is robotics or self-driving cars. Let's talk about what it is here today now. What it is here today now can write really good copy with text, can do really good videos with spokesperson, can do really good animation videos, right? I would say on par with a lot of the animation studios out there these days, right? Like maybe not as good as Disney or Pixar, but it's getting there, of course. And we're in the forefront of these technologies right now, right? So what I'm trying to say is that the marketplace is willing to pay it. Somebody would have to work 40 hours, right, to make some of the money these folks are doing. It's because it works. It provides value for people, right? At the end of the day, it's as simple as that. You can discuss all day long. We can argue over fairness. There's this big debate in politics always, right? Like, why is somebody making so much money for the same amount of work? Because we all have 24 hours in a given day. We all have 8 hours, let's say, or 7 hours, whatever we sleep in a given day, right? Then that leaves us 16 hours in a given day. I mean, 16 waking hours everybody has. The question is, who is providing the highest value for that time that they can generate the most amount of revenue or time, right? In that particular period. And you see it, you will understand it right away, right? One UGC video, 10 to 30 seconds, $200, right? 3 UGC videos, right? 10 to 30 seconds is $700 or so. So what I'm trying to explain here is this is what the marketplace is willing to pay. I didn't set the rules. You didn't set the rules. You can sit there and argue all day long and say, oh, look, somebody's working really hard stocking shelves, or somebody's like lifting heavy objects. Somebody's working in a factory environment. Somebody is, let's say, working in an Amazon warehouse, lifting heavy stuff, and, literally having back pain, shoulder pain, elbow pain, whatever, and making less than these people are, right? The thing though is its value, right? It's like somebody's willing to pay, the marketplace, somebody's willing to exchange $700 for 3 videos of this person right here, right? Because they see that it's worth a lot more than that $700 that they're giving. Simple. It's a simple proposition, right? And that is where the value is. Now, the question I have to ask you is, you can either pay this money, or you can have businesses pay this money to you if you're good in front of the camera, or alternatively, you can use AI to speed up the workflow, speed up the results, right? And it's just simple, right? You can have 100 videos out there and do it in just maybe a few hours and put it out there. Maybe 1 or 2 will go viral and generate more leads and sales or traffic. Or alternatively, you can sit there and, it's 3 hours even for the best, fastest person, right? Some people will take 7 days, because human beings, right? 7 days here, as you can see. Human beings are not robots. Human beings cannot sit there and all day and think creatively and all that, right? AI will solve that issue for you. And that's here and now. I'm not talking what's going to happen 10 years from now, like some people do, what's going to happen 5 years from now, right? That's here and now. I'll give you an example. Elon Musk back in 2014 said, oh, self-driving cars are going to be 2 years away from now. It's been 10 years since, right? They're now nowhere to be seen still in the public. It's there, the technology, but they're not there as it should be. But this is here and now, what I'm talking about. See, there's a difference. And you need to leverage these, meaning you need to use these technologies while you still can, and it's still available for you at a very affordable price. And at the very least, you can give it an honest try, where you can try it out, see for yourself. For that 14-day trial, you get at TalkingPhotos.ai/go and see for yourself. Hey, if it's not for you, no hard feelings, cancel the trial, or even you get 30 days to try it out, no hard feelings. At least you can try it. What happens normally, right? I'll tell you what happens. People go in and they'll try applications, right? I'll give you an example. There's this other technology called DID, which does photo to video. You can go in here, you can search for it, right? DID, whatever. This is their pricing, I believe, right? Let's go monthly here. $29 a month for 60 credits, right? Which is up to 15 minutes of video, okay? Advanced, $196 a month for 400 credits, which is 100 minutes of video, which is roughly $2 per video, right? The problem is, a lot of people, I see this all the time, and I want to be upfront with you, whether you like it or not. Sometimes somebody has to tell you the truth, right? So a lot of people try this $0, right? It's going to come with watermarks and stuff like that. Then you upload some videos, and then you're not getting results from your third video. Then you go and you upgrade to this $29 a month plan, because that allows you to create 15 minutes of video. So let's say it's 1 minute video. You can do, maybe some videos didn't come out good and stuff. We did 5 or 7 videos, right? And then those 7 videos didn't go viral, or they didn't do that well as you thought. And then you're panicking. Oh, next month I have to pay 29, or I have to upgrade to 196 plan. Oh, it's too difficult, right? Because I'm unable to, create videos at a level I want to do, blah, 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 right? And then you cancel and you shut shop and you bail. And then what happened? At the same time, somebody like me, or folks who I have trained, like smart people in this chat box who are commenting right now, which is great, right? Which is, I'm great seeing all you folks here. Awesome to see you all, right? Now, what's going to happen, right? At the end of the day, a lot of people, just like yourself, will try, and then will beat the competition. You'll destroy them. Because at the end of the day, right, success, right? Just let's be clear here, is a rule of attrition, meaning you stuck around long enough that other people gave up because it's either too expensive, too difficult, or the worst part, too boring in some cases, because doing the same work again and again is also not fun. But with automation, AI will consistently produce the same level of output again and again and again. Does that make sense? Like, I'll give you an example. This person right here, if she's doing the same stuff again and again and again, maybe she's sick, she has a flu, right? Or maybe, for example, she's busy with her other job or whatever, right? Now, suddenly you're like, I need a deadline. I need it done quickly or whatever. And she's like, look, I'm going on a vacation for a week. I won't be back. So I'll do it 14 days later. Well, AI beat her. AI doesn't take vacations, right? AI doesn't sleep. AI doesn't eat, right? It's consistently doing the same task at hand and getting better and better with it over time, right? And variety and flexibility as well on top, right? Because you can pick who you want. You want her, do it. You want her,
This isn't just a tool, it's a breakthrough.
use. You want her,
Expensive cameras and studio
use. And I can give you so many other examples.
person videos from just a static image.
See, you can, so many choices you have, right? Or you can go cartoon like this if you want, right? Or you can go like this if you want, right? You see my point, right? So you can pick and choose what you want, right? And you can basically go and create basically whatever you desire, right? Just the hand movements and stuff is a little bit more cooler, obviously, right? So that's what I'm trying to tell you. See, it's very simple. Either you are in the forefront of AI and new technologies, or the train will leave the station and then it's too late. Okay. And similarly in life, what happens oftentimes is people see these companies which are venture backed companies with like these high prices, and then what'll happen is the minute you spend $200 here, right, you better get a return on investment quickly on that, or you're going to start panicking the next month because you got to pay that 196 next month, right? And the month after you're going to cancel it, and then you move on, and then you give up, right? And then somebody else will take over, and then they'll do well. That's the difference, right? And that's why we try to make our stuff very affordable for you folks. For other people, and we have to advertise, because to get you as a customer, I didn't have to spend any money on advertising, so I'm passing on the savings. Secondly, also, as I mentioned before, right, because this price right here, we don't make much profit off of it. Just want to be very clear. It's like almost our break even, if not even lesser price. Why I'm doing this is it's an experiment, first of all, to get feedback from you so that we can improve this application, because we're still building it right now in terms of the user interface and stuff. You got feedback. I've spoken to a lot of you folks in live streams like this, and what I envision to what is actually going to happen is two worlds apart. But that's a good thing, because it's all about you, right? The technology should help you. And I'm at a level right now, I've been doing this stuff for 15 years now, full time. And I'm at a level, maybe I don't see sometimes some things, right, that you're doing in your day-to-day business, right? So that's basically why I'm trying to tell you that at the end of the day, it's going to be the best talking photos technology in the planet. There's no question about it in my mind on that. Now, the question is talking photos powerful? Well, I showed you, right? You go in, you'll see people are paying a lot of money for this kind of stuff, right? As you can see here. The other thing that it matters is, even if you look at it from our, the other thing I want to kind of show you folks, right, is check this one out, okay? I went in and I saved up all the videos of all our people in our group who posted stuff, right, in our Facebook group. Look at this. Look at that, right? So this is like a stocking photo that was created. Let's say I'll show you. This was a candle video, I believe. Look at that. Look at the creativity of our people in our group, right? Let's check this one out here. Look at that. Pretty cool, right? And it's going to be even better with hand movements that we're coming up with it. This is another one somebody posted on YouTube, right? In this is a Spanish video, right? Look at that. Pretty cool, right? And they've done that already. You see this? The spokespersons, movements, and consistent character. Look at that. Looks beautiful, right? This is the other one, right? Look at this. This is so many people in our group and the community posting all this stuff. I'm posting this because it's easy to do. That is the secret. When it's easy to do, people do it, right? And the more you do it, the more likely it is that you're going to get results, right? And as I told you, our technology will only get better with time, right? Because we're working on it day in and day out, and all the updates are included. Look at this. Look at the creativity here, right? From Joshua. Look at this. One of our clients, right? Using this technology I'm showing you. I can show you so many other examples. It's just ridiculous. It's so powerful. Look at this. Right here.
No. Stop hitting my laptop.
Look at that, sound effects and everything, which is even cooler, right? So it was Olu here who did it. Awesome. And I'm saying this because I'm so excited to show what other people are doing, right? Basically, which is really, really awesome. Check this out.
And I am so to Paul Panna. Because of him, I'm real. Let me share a little story with you. When I was a child, my grandmother used to tell me that a smile is the prettiest thing you can wear.
Pretty cool, right? Now you can do hand movements with it and do other cool things as well, right? Isn't that awesome? So this is what is the game changer, right? That's what I was trying to explain to you, where it is so easy that I've seen, like I can keep going on and on. Look at how many videos are here. Let's just pick some random one here. I don't even know. Look at that.
Mark your calendars for the annual Lions.
Awesome, right? So I'm just trying to tell you, this is the next generation of AI. It's easy, right? Like imagine before you had to create videos like these, right? It was like so hard, first of all. And then the other part was you need perfection. You need to have 3 or 4 tools together. And then you don't know if it's going to work or not work, right? But with our training, and also with our technology improvements, you get the best of both worlds. You get the training on how to use this stuff, because I've already been training you folks, right, in the live streams. And have you been enjoying the training? Let me know in the chat as well all this time, right? So like look at that, like awesome, right? So are you been enjoying the training as well, right? Like let me know of what I've been showing you. Me and Yash, we've been trying to tell you as well, right? And so that you are getting value from that, like our live streams and stuff you're doing, because the point is, right, the goal is, and I'm going to be very clear with you folks right now so you understand, other people, right, what they'll do is they'll charge you for the course, and then they'll say go buy a platform, right? They'll be like, oh, go buy this technology, right? I don't care how much it costs. You need this to succeed, right? In this AI stage. Oh, go buy this other technology which creates talking photos. Oh, go buy this other technology that's script writing for you. Buy. No, our training is going to be always free. Our courses will always be free, right? The goal here is the only real cost for us is actually the technology, because the servers and stuff like that is very expensive, right? Now, I just want to also explain to you, right? I've been telling this stuff. Sometimes people don't understand the reality, okay? So there's this technology called DID, right? So yeah, like look at this, it's $196 per month, right? 100 minutes of video, right? This is the Talking Photos technology, right? Now you can go to any random technology out there, right? Like there's so many of them these days, you can't even keep track of them. All right, so let's say, for instance, let's just do Talking Photos Maker, right? I don't even know. Like, what is the good one? Oh, wait, this one right here. Okay, let's see how much is this thing. Vidnos, I've not heard about this, but let's just look at it. Pricing, monthly. There you go. $75, $74.99 a month, right? $2.50 per minute, 30 minutes per month, right? Now, why are they doing it? Like, they could price what we are pricing. They could make a lot of money doing it, I guess, for themselves, or at least price it reasonably, right? Like, why are they doing it? It's because these servers cost a lot of money, right? NVIDIA right now, the company which produces these AI chips, right, has a monopoly in the marketplace, right? And because of that, they can charge anything they want, right? So in a nutshell, like if you go in right now, I'll show you some examples, okay? You're going to go to this, I'll show you this company. You can search for it. It's called Instances SH Vantage. This is Amazon cost, right? There's this thing called P4D 2x. This is what Amazon's AI servers are for you to get. You click on this, look at this right now. $32 an hour cost, okay? And you see this $20 reserved. I'll zoom it in for you folks can see it. What this comes with is something called the NVIDIA A100. This is actually like a 4-year-old actual technology, but still look at the pricing there, right? $32 an hour, right? And then you can go into, let's say, like Google or any other technology platforms out there. This is how much it costs. Why? Because NVIDIA, let's look at this H100 NVIDIA GPU cost, right? You can go to Google and you'll search, right? Look at this. Say, look, it's $33,000 or $36,000 with taxes and stuff. And even used ones are on eBay for $40,000. $40,000, and you need to run these technologies, you need like at least 100 of them, right, or so. And this is why the cost is so prohibitive. This is the reason. Also, it's a good thing for you, right? Because what's going to happen, right? Because of the fact that everybody else are paying this much and you don't have to pay, you're only paying this much one time. And that's how I'm only doing it, because for this one time, I won't be doing it again, right? I won't be repeating this again. I may, we may lose money from this whole project that we're doing, but it's okay, because in the long run, I'm thinking once I make it the best technology ever, right? People will pay 3 times the money, 4 times the money, right? They'll pay for the credits. They'll do all kinds of stuff. You don't have to, obviously, you don't, but other people will because it became the best technology with your feedback, right? That's the goal here. Because the technology you're building it, we're perfecting it with your feedback, right? So the point I'm making is with these companies out there, any random company, you go to Google and search for Talking Photos or whatever, they make their money only after all their costs are paid, and these servers cost a lot of money. Now you're going to say, but Paul, if that is the case, how did you get these servers, right? So I did two things. Okay, I knew this AI revolution was going to come because I've been doing this stuff for like ever now, right? So I knew this something like this will happen, right? And I knew this day would come, right? So what I did just about a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago or so, is because of the stuff that I foresaw already, I went into a platform like this one right here, which is not Google, not Amazon, and I did special deals with them. You see right here, for example, like it says sold out here already. Like the same H100 that Amazon is selling for like $32 or something, it just sells for $3. It's sold out now because guys like me, we paid for 3 years upfront. They asked for 3 years upfront. Okay, so that's what I did. Like you see here, $27.92 for the H100, which is like the new one. And then what Amazon was charging, $32. Okay, remember, like I'll show you 8X A100, 80 gigabytes, right? So we go back here, let's do that. Remember that the Amazon one I showed you? Let's go back here. $32, NVIDIA A100, 8 of them, right? You see? Same thing that costs $32 on Amazon, these folks charge half the price, right? Give or take, less than half. So similarly, what I did 3 years ago, I set up a special deal with them. We had to pay upfront and all that. And I got it for really cheap. And also, we have other businesses as well that we really use this technology for with AI research and development and all this other stuff. So I'm passing along the savings, and I've done that ahead of time because I foresaw this right before itself. I mean, I don't call myself a genius. All I'm saying is that I've seen trends like this in the past, right? In 2003, 2004, it was Google search engine optimizer. If you're good at search engine stuff, getting ranking on Google, you would be making mint, right? Because it was too easy for those who understood it. In 2008, once iPhone got released and app stores came, Android stores came, if you did mobile apps, any random app, right, would help people mint, right? Then later on, basically same thing. Like later on, webinars came as a medium, then social media came, then you had a social media revolution, right? And then now it's the AI revolution, right? People who understand it and grasp it, they get the unfair advantage, or everybody else. It's just a game. The game is there, right? And for you, it's there for your taking. One of the problems is people come too late sometimes. Like say, for example, if you're trying to build, let's say, a business right now centered around blogging, let's say, like WordPress or that kind of stuff, right? Well, you can build the greatest blog in the world, but that's not where things are, right? You can be the best, but it's too small. You are the podcast person now. You're the greatest podcast in the world, or you're the most average podcast in the world. Well, it helps, right? That it's a hot market. Still, 3 years ago would have helped you more, right? Similarly, if you're creating shorts, you do it 3 years from now, 2 years from now, a year from now, to now, the gold rush when it's happening, right? Shorts are these vertical videos, right? Well, that could be the difference between you getting a ton of traffic, leads, and sales versus not getting any, even if you're the most creative person, hardest working person, because the world doesn't have any sympathy for hard work, right? No empathy, right? The world doesn't care. What matters today is basically how quickly can you leverage the latest technologies and how quickly can you have a step ahead of your competition, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. There are people out there right now, right? You have like paying this kind of money, which is why what happens is these unknown companies without a person like me behind them backing that brand, they come and they go. They'll be gone after 6 months. They'll be gone after 3 months, right? I've been in this space for 15 years, right? I'm not going anywhere. So what I'm trying to tell you is there's value in that, and of course, the other thing as well is that I'm really good at a couple of things that I do really good at, right? One is trying to build technologies that are revolutionary, but also pass on the savings for you because I've already done these deals long ago. So incrementally, it doesn't cost me a crazy amount of money because I've done deals with these kind of companies when they needed it. Nobody saw AI would blow up, right? 2-3 years ago. So that's what I did, right? So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Does that make sense? Similarly, even with Amazon, right? You see how it says $32.77 on demand. This is the Amazon pricing, okay? AWS is called Amazon Web Services. But you see how it says 3-year reserve is $12.49. So that's like 1/3 of the cost, right? 2-3 years ago, you would get this for like even cheaper because Amazon had a ton of these. They don't know what to do because AI didn't take off. ChatGPT was not invented at that point fully, right? It was not popular, right? So you could get it even cheaper. So that's how I got in. And to answer your question, some of you folks, right? If you wanted to get in now, it's too late to get these technologies and build these technologies yourself, because you're looking at paying a huge amount of money and having availability issues and stuff, right? Like, just think about it, folks, okay? $40,000 for like one chip. That's not including the whole case and putting it in a data center and electricity bills that come with it, managing it. These don't come cheap, right? Like, that is the reason why it's so hard for people to build AI technologies these days. It is so hard for people to really grow their business with it without paying hefty monthly fees, yearly fees and stuff, right? Or per video fees and stuff. And those who foresaw it, like, that is how I have an edge over the competition, and I'm giving you that edge over your competition, right? So that you have an unfair advantage. You have to. That's the only name of the game these days, right? Hope that is clear. Now, the other thing that I wanted to also tell you, right, basically, is this is the point, right? Elaine was saying dabbled in auto blogging 14 years ago. 14 years ago, it was the greatest thing ever, right? Like, I remember I had I was one of the first few people on auto blogging. So those who don't know about this, just as a reference point, auto blogging basically meant if you had a bunch of stuff, like you typed in a keyword, it will generate a bunch of articles it would find on the web and rewrite that article a little bit and publish it on WordPress, Blogspot, and some of these blogging sites. Blogging was a hot thing. People were checking out. It was ranking #1 on Google for a lot of keywords. So you could generate a bunch of this gibberish sounding content, right? And still get crazy results, right? And I've done really well doing it. Then it suddenly died. And even the good quality blogs suffered because the technology changed, right? So why I'm trying to tell you this stuff is the waves are like that, right? Those who join in on the wave, you'd rather be when the wave is pulling you through than actually fighting the wave, right? Like, you don't want to do that. Like, it's the worst thing. Like, like if I show you, right? Like, it's kind of a silly example, but I'll show you, right? You see a mountain, right? Let's just do, like, let's say mountain, right? Let's just go into a mountain here. Let's say example, right? So, like, let's say this is the mountain, right? Like, let's say here, we're trying to climb this mountain right here. I mean, I don't know, just some image, doesn't matter. Either you can decide, like, climbing up the mountain, right? Or climbing down the mountain, right? Like, what is easier? The mountain climbing down, because gravity is helping you push through, right? You can, like, I've done hiking before where, like, it took me 18 hours to climb the mountain and an hour to climb down because gravity is pushing me through, right? So the point I'm making is that's how the world works. Either you decide to do the hard stuff or the easy stuff. And the difference is the easy stuff, even if you mess up, like, it's still, you can get away with it and succeed because of the fact that the tailwinds, they call it, right? The wind is blowing in your favor, right? And that's what's happening with AI right now. What's happening is Google wants to get into AI to beat OpenAI, right? And Microsoft, right? And Microsoft wants to get into AI to be Google in search, right? Then you have all these companies, like Facebook wants to get into AI because they're afraid that Google and Microsoft and Amazon is taking their share. So they are encouraging AI content if it is quality content and realistic content, not gibberish, not low quality stuff, right? So that means effectively you're in the perfect place at the perfect time. 2 years from now, what's going to happen is that everybody will get their hands on it because it's going to be cheaper, the technology, obviously, over time, right? These servers, which cost, like right now, say $30 an hour, might be costing $3 an hour. At that point, you'll have a ton of different tools and different platforms and stuff like that. But it's too late because now it's in the hands of the common people and they can do it for free or cheap. Then you don't have an edge anymore, right? It's just a fact, whether you like it or not. I know sometimes people don't like it when I say it, but you have to face the facts here, right? Like, it's the end of the day, the edge comes in where you do stuff that other people are not doing, unwilling to do, it's too hard to do, or too expensive to do. And that is the case with AI right now, okay? No matter which platform you go, like, you just pick a random one, everybody's charging per video, per minute, whatever. What I'm saying is you go to TalkingPhotos.ai and you can create beautiful videos, create as many videos as you want, you can get it right now for the lowest possible price you'll ever get. Because once we close down, you see that timer, it's too late. Too late, you've missed out for good. Okay, now I just want to also talk about something else. Okay, so for those of you folks who have some questions, I'll see your questions as well. But look, this is the good point, right? It takes me a bit to pick this stuff up, but I'm determined to figure this out. That's why we do the training, Marcy. Okay, meaning a lot of these live streams and training and all that. Like if you go into our Facebook group too, right? Let me actually do that. Like you go to our Facebook group, you see all these content that I've been showing you. Like it'll give you ideas, right? When you see other people succeed, like it gives you like great amount of, like in our group right now, like you go in, I'm doing a lot of live streams. Like you can go into our group right now and you'll see on the top, you see these feature stuff like I've done yesterday, how to find niches and keywords that Yash and I did. Talked about how to create a YouTube Shorts automation channel. You see this the day before. The day before that, how to create faceless animation videos, right? Faceless movie channel. Then before that, I did how to monetize a faceless YouTube channel, right? Meaning it's okay, you can publish to YouTube, but how do you make revenue from YouTube? You got to get it monetized. What are the rules for it? How can you kind of get through with it? Because there's a shortcut and then there's a long process. You better take the shortcut, because how can you do that? How do you make any photo to saying the training on how to use the application? And all of these are in the members area for you to access. You can email our support team if you don't know. We'll be happy to assist you. The point I'm making is once you do it first time, every other time thereafter becomes easy, right? It's like once you know how to walk, you don't want to crawl anymore. Like once you know how to ride a bike, you don't want to walk anymore if you can ride a bike faster, right? It's like it's the same concept, right? Once you understand this stuff, it becomes very easy. It's fun to do as well, right? And very powerful as well. So that's something I wanted to explain to you as well, right? Now, the other thing as well, this is absolutely true, right? There is a bubble, right? And a lot of players you see will not be there in 23, 100%. And this is the case always, right? Like when Google was big, and I'll tell you an example here, right? And that's something that I've learned through dumb luck, to be honest. And I don't want to repeat the mistakes I've made as well with stupidity that I've done as well. But back in the day, right? The top, like when Google was a big, right? You had different search engines, right? Search engines other than Google history, right? Like these were all the search engines. Look at this, right? And these are ones which exist today, even not the ones which died. Like you don't even hear half of them right now, right? So what I'm trying to explain to you is that, but Google has like 80, 90%, I heard 89% of the market share for search right now. Okay. Back in the day, you had Alta Vista, there was like Yahoo search, and then blah, blah, blah. Like there's so many. There was a company, would you believe it? There's a company called dogpile.com. Okay. It's called dogpile.com. I think still exists. What happened to search engine dogpile? Well, technically still alive, though it still looks something like out of the early 2000s. That was its heyday, right? It won the award for best online search engine in 2006, right? There was this website. There were people building websites to rank on dogpile.com. And the thing was, there's only one winner. Google ended up winning it. Then there's Yahoo, which has a smaller share, and then Microsoft Bing search, right? Those are the three that exist right now. Why I'm telling you this is the nature of everything. Like if you look at mobile phones, right? What are the ones which exist? iOS, which is the Apple ecosystem, then Android phones, right? Samsung and Apple alone hold majority of the market share in the Western countries. In China, there are a few other ones and stuff, but the idea is that the winners are only 2 or 3 of them, right? It's always the case. In the AI space too, almost every 99% of the companies you see, even the ones I've talked about, will be gone, right? The ones which will exist will be the winners. But here's the thing. The people who leverage it will be the winners, right? Like when social media was big and people who created the first content piece on Facebook or first, let's say, I'll give you an example, right? I built an ebook for this game called Farmville, okay? For you folks who are familiar with it, it's a story. And I made a killing for people who play Farmville, this game on Facebook. Then Facebook kind of changed it where you couldn't play this game anymore, or you had to do something. I can't remember now. But I created an ebook on showing how to be good at this game, and ton of people bought from me at that time. And now even if I create an ebook, there's no interest because waves happen, right? So it's the same concept, right? You start in now, you'll have a leg, you have a pathway for the next 3 to 5 years to take advantage of this gold rush. You come in a little bit late, 2 years from now, a year from now, whatever, it's too late already, okay? And that's how it is. And then the thing is, though, the winners will take all the market share, as always. You build a YouTube channel now, TikTok channel now, Instagram Reel channel now, whatever, and you got, say, thousands of subscribers, so whatever, they're yours to keep, right? You know what I mean? They're not going anywhere. But you got the advantage there, right? So Chandra was saying, have you increased the price? Yes, unfortunately, we had to, as we mentioned. It went up a little bit. It's not gone up much. We increased like a couple of bucks or so. So yeah, I can still get it, because once we close down, we come back in again, Chandra, it will be double the price, easy, even more probably, right? Now another thing as well, right? This is the tip. Good question, right? I got bored. Yeah, you know what was interesting? Just so you know, the ebook that I created on this for this, interestingly enough, I actually ran one of the first few ads on Facebook for Farmville players. And that was one of the secrets of my success at that time, was because Facebook ads were so brand new those days. And a lot of people ended up buying because it didn't look like an ad at that time, right? That's why I'm saying those people who jump in early on these trends end up making a killing. And then that gives you cash to survive long enough to invest in other things, or like really, help your life, right? And the simpler it is, why do you want to complicate it, right? You don't have to be rocket science at this stuff, right? And this is the thing, leverage the current trend. Like Elaine is correct. To build a list, email will never go away, 100%. Like audiences will never go away, leads will never go away. People who buy your products, your customers, they ain't gonna go anywhere, right? Especially if you have value here, right? So that's the other one, right? Now, the other question as well that came in, right, is this is Alric was mentioning, right? Be persistent and stuff like that. Yeah, persistency comes with simplicity too, right? If you know, okay, I'm finding the right pathway and I'm going in the right train, gravy train, as we like to call it, right? And the train will take you to the destination even if you mess up, right? Like I'll give you a perfect example, right? So if you go in here, like I'll show you this, okay? Mobile phone adoption curve, I think it's called. Yeah, let's talk about this graph, okay? US smartphone penetration, it's called, I believe. So back in the day, right, in 2005, 2006, I was there in this 2006, 2007 era. And basically, this was one of the mistakes I made, okay? I'm not perfect. Hey, look, I thought, right, the computers will have their own space and mobile phones will have their own space. Like those who use a laptop for stuff may not use stuff for mobile phone because the internet was not fast enough for the phone, right? And the problem was that I made a mistake, and I missed one or two things. That's the great thing. You'll make some mistakes, but if you do one home run, it's worth it, right? So what mistake I did was in 2009, I had the great opportunity of getting into mobile applications, right? Like we had like great capability and stuff, but then my worry was like, okay, look, there are more computers out there than phones. I'll focus on people who use laptops and computers, right? And then look at that curve. It went up, went up, went up. It's 81% now. At 2016, I think it's more like 95% now, right? The point I'm making is when the chart is like this, you could start here. It'll be useful. 2008 is good for you. 2010 was okay. 11, whatever. But don't come after this 81%. It's too late because everybody and anybody is there. I mean, it's too late by that point, right? So that's why if you see the gold rush period, like companies like WhatsApp or Instagram, they were around this circle, like this around here, right? You see 2010, when it's 27% or so. Facebook came around 2008, around 11%. So they rode this wave. But a company that came in 2016, right? Too late, right? It's already, the game is done, right? So like, let's say AI, right? We're talking about, like, I would say we're probably here in this December 2007 era, in that middle of 2007 and 2008, we're here, right? And I foresee it'll be this way. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm a strong believer in that, right? You have to have conviction in something. And what I'm trying to tell you is it's right now, it's early adoption here still. Around in another year and a half, 2 years or so, once it gets here, this curve, you could be making mistakes and still the force of gravity is on you, right? And it's in your favor. And that's the kind of markets you want to enter always. You don't want to be in a market where it's already saturated, it's going down and stuff like that, because it's so hard. It's like pushing a stone across a mountain, right? And it's even strength is not enough, persistence is not enough, creativity is not enough. You need like literally some dumb luck at that point, and even that might not be not enough. Right here, you don't need any of that, because at the end of the day, the wave will take you through, kind of thing, right? That's how you want to look at it. Okay. Now the other one as well is this is quite important. Okay, and always people ask me, what's the future like? What's happening right now? Whether you get Talking Photos AI or not, this is the closing deal, right? The point I'm trying to make here, I'll tell you what the future is, okay? And we are adding this feature into Talking Photos as well when we go live, okay? This is what I want to explain to you. So the feature is basically this one, okay? This is where the future is headed towards. Every user, and this is not me telling, by the way, this is Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook telling, this is NVIDIA, Jensen Huang from the CEO of NVIDIA, this is basically Amazon, this is basically all the big companies talking about this, right? The future where it's headed is stuff like this, where you upload one photo of yours and you create a talking video of that in different environments and stuff, and you become your own creator. You can talk about knitting, you can talk about video games, you can talk about weight loss, you can talk about whatever you want, gardening, right? The point I'm making here is that this is where AI is going towards. So now, this is the feature you're going to get, okay? When we go live in about 3 weeks with Talking Photos, the solo application. You can still use the Talking Photos technology and stuff right now, part of Video Express, as you know, which you're going to get temporary access to if you don't have Video Express until they port you over to the solo application. But you already have Video Express, even better, because we're going to integrate this as well hand in hand for you folks, because that will allow you to have more flexibility as well, right? That's the goal. But anyway, what I'm trying to explain is, think of a world like this, okay? Just because we're talking about the future here, right? People want to know. So imagine 2 years from now, if every single person, you, your neighbor, your neighbor's friends, your barber, your local barber, your local whoever, right? Bank teller, let's say, can all have a photo of theirs, create that person in different environments, and then they can create content where they're talking, they're moving their hands, they're like even more than that, maybe even performing some actions, telling stories, teaching stuff, their experiences, meaning they don't need to even create that content from their phone. They start off as a photo, right? So basically, and they can do that, right? So this is where the future is headed, and you can be part of it as well, okay? So that is it. Let me know in the chat box, isn't that cool or what? What if you could do the same thing? Like you could do where you can become your neighbor, whoever, right?
The game changer.
Stuff like this.
Video created with Talking Photos AI. I started with a static photo and turned it into this video, where my lips perfectly sync with the audio and my hands move like a professional spokesperson. You can upload your own photo and swap faces with any existing avatar in the app to create lifelike talking videos from static images. Wave goodbye to expensive cameras and studio equipment. Create professional spokesperson videos from just a static image. It's a game changer.
Video creation.
Create professional spokesperson videos from just a static image. It's a game changer.
Pretty cool, right? So imagine this, and this is the future. And it's not me saying, this is Mark Zuckerberg saying, this is everybody else saying, right? So imagine if I go back to this example, right? And basically what I'm trying to explain is, this is where the future is. And if it's 2 years from now or a year from now, when this becomes mainstream, you're like, oh, that sounds good. I saw my neighbor do it. I saw my local barber do it. My local bank teller do it. It's too late, right? It's the same thing, right? Blockchain technologies, you could say, mobile apps, you could say, because all these other stuff. Once it becomes mainstream, it's too late for you to join in at that time, even if you're smart and all that stuff. Okay, so does that make sense? So this is the reason why I keep saying always, right? And this is the closing for Talking Photos. Whether you get it or not, just understand that you're hearing your feedback, and I see how the future is headed. I'm trying to do and implement it to the best of my ability, so that you don't have to be creative or spend a lot of money or be really good at this marketing mumbo jumbo stuff, right? And without training, you don't have to be a good script writer for your videos. You will automate that. I gave you the workflows actually, by the way, right? That's one of the bonuses, where you have the entire workflow on how to create the scenes, how to create the storytelling, two people talking with each other, everything, right? To make it enticing. You get that as a bonus, right? Similarly, you see this background changer, right? For the videos. So you can now put them in different environments, right? You can remove the background, put them in a different environment. This is also going to be very common going forward. In about 2 years' time, believe me on this for sure. When people are creating photos now in Italy, in Paris, in front of the Eiffel Tower and stuff, it'll be indistinguishable, where somebody wouldn't even need a phone anymore. they will be able to create photos like this in different environments. Now you might say, well, that's not fair, that's not fun. Well, I've been to Paris and I got that photo. How can they do this? Well, technology is that way, whether you like it or not. Photoshop did that for a lot of things. When photo retouching came, all your so-called Hollywood stars had perfect photos, right? Like their nose was perfect, their face was perfect and all that. And it eliminated a lot of problems where perfection was expected from photography later on. That's how technologies work, right? So that's the reason why I want you to understand, right? So that you can actually understand that in the future, we're always looking at things as they come, and we're putting you on the map there so you don't make the mistake of missing out on some new trends as they come. Does that make sense? Because that's one of the reasons why you'll succeed or not succeed, right? And as I said, we've increased the price already. We start off 87 and we already raised it to 90, 91 bucks, and we're going to be closing down permanently. So if you miss out now, that's it. You're not going to get another chance at it. And don't tell me, don't email me, don't do any of that stuff, because I will, it is what it is, right? We already raised the price. We're going to be closing down in this countdown timer goes to 0. And this free trial will never be available regardless. And this will come back at a higher price point. Why? Well, it's not sustainable for us at this price. The only reason is we didn't spend any money on advertising here, and we're getting your feedback. You're actually spending time giving us feedback, right? On an application that's not fully ready yet. We're working on it still. In about 3 weeks time or slightly less time, it's going to be finished. So because of that, you get the discount of a lifetime deal of a lifetime, right? And I've been in this business for 15 years, so I'm not going anywhere. And because of this fact that you're getting a technology this powerful, we'll do it right the first time. That's the key thing here, right? Because we had a vision of creating the application, and now it's completely different than what I've planned out, because I was just talking to our team about this, and the way we've structured it and stuff is completely different now to what we did because of your feedback, right? Now what happens is it's going to be awesome from the get-go. It's not going to be like, oh, in our roadmap, we have this. In 6 months later, you can expect it because we have to redo a lot of the stuff we were planning. I didn't want to do that for this because there's a lot at stake for this technology, because it is the future, right? And it is where it's headed, right? And whether you accept it or not, that's where billions of dollars from Microsoft, Google, Facebook is going towards, right? And there's a lot of talk right now about Facebook and Google. What they're planning on doing is they want to automate the creator process, like creators, meaning somebody's in front of the camera, they don't have to be there anymore, because a lot of people have a lot of interesting stuff to share, right? Let's say, for example, you're really passionate about knitting, right? Right now, you're not comfortable in front of the camera. You don't have somebody to shoot in front of the camera for you, but you do want to share stuff, right? So there's, if you can create an AI version of yourself from a single photo and publish it, a lot of people would like to learn from your experience or your knowledge, right? That is why a lot of effort is going into it. And the technology will only get better and better from our end as well into the future, right? So that's the other one, right? Now, the other question as well, okay, that I wanted to kind of explain is, see what happens, right? Generally, right? In any case, right? So, like, which is what I want to kind of explain to you, is you work on a technology, we give it to you, and you're done, right? Here, what we want to do is some bonuses, where one of the biggest requests was, can I have different hand animations, facial expressions, and stuff like that? That'll be the bonus. You're going to be getting access to that as well when we go live right away. You don't have to even wait for it after, because we're implementing now as we're building the application, okay, in Talking Photos. So you're going to have different variety of hand movements, okay? So like, let's say, for example, here, you see how her hand movements, watch this. So she's doing this way, and then she's looking around, and then she's going to have her hand move this way, right? So we're going to have different ways for you to just click on a button. I want thumbs up. I want hand movement. I want somebody to give more expression in a professional environment. I want somebody to kind of point somewhere and speak. That is the stuff you can pick, and then it'll do that for any photo of your choice, right? And you can build on that and build yourself in an astronaut costume or a suit, or let's say sports jerseys, whatever, right? Doesn't really matter. And then the other one is the training and case studies. We've already done quite a bit of them. We're going to be doing more of them as well as we go along. One of the big one that is planned out, actually, which is going to be pretty cool, is that we're planning to get people just like you folks into live streams like this, and actually go into your campaigns and say where you're making mistakes and stuff like that, okay? So that's the other cool thing. That's going to be super powerful if you think about it, right? That way you can see what other people are doing and learn from them, and also will help your business out as well. That's planned out as well very soon. We're going to be messaging everybody. And if you need to, though, email our support team or message me on Facebook or our Skype group or our Facebook group that you want to be one of one of the people who want to get on a live stream like this, so I can check your account, check your software, how you're using, check your campaign, check what projects you're working on and stuff like that. Okay. And then a third bonus, it's kind of like a hidden bonus, but was requested feature. We're going to do that right away when we go live. That's the difference here. Is animals, 3D animal stalking. Okay. A lot of people requested this. Our team went to work on this, and I can say with pretty good confidence that you're going to have that ready when we go live. And that's the reason why we're building it beforehand, because I would have otherwise waited for 5 months before releasing it, because it takes time, right? But now that we're building it, we can integrate that in as one of the steps. You want animals? Click the button, go. You're good to go, right? Animal talking videos. So that's the other one as well. A lot of you folks, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect so many people want it, but it makes sense, right? No application has it. Like if you see any application out there that exists, none of them has 3D cartoon animals or something like that talking. It's a very challenging thing to crack. But since we have the best AI machine learning team in the world right now, we could do it. Okay. And so I'm proud we can get that in for you folks. Okay. I'll show some examples next week. We're just finalizing it. So Elena said, can't wait to see that. Yeah, we're just doing some tests there. Like we've tested cartoon parrots talking. We've tested cats, tested dogs. We've tested also recently we tested I think it was a rabbit. So we're testing some of the other cases. Once we finalize that, I'll show you a demo next week probably for sure. But it's gonna be super fun. Now the other one, yeah, it's perfect for children's videos and for adults casual videos and stuff like that, of course, right? Now that allows us, because we're doing it ahead of time, right? Because we took your feedback and it'll be faster to implement it. Okay. All right. So the other thing I wanted to mention here real quick for those folks here, if you haven't already joined our Facebook group, definitely do so. Okay. So our Facebook group, you'll see the link to it. Oh, and you can find it anywhere really. This is how it's going to be in Inner Circle group, right? And here's where, we're announcing every day new winners. So for example, yesterday we picked the best video out there, and I awarded $100 to one person, right? Like let's say you could be like HK Elegant could be one of the $100 winners. I'm announcing almost every day. Carmen could be one of them. Norma can be one of them, right? And we'll show you how to create this type of videos too, by the way. That's the next training coming up. Once we close down, we're going to be focused a lot more on the training side of things as well. Then we're going to show you how to create videos like this. For example, it was first attempt for Fitzroy, and he created an awesome video. I guess this was biblical times and kings and stuff like that. Pretty cool, right? Awesome. Just first try, got it through. Awesome, right? Great. And then, and again, I wanted to show you this. You see this teeth right here, we're improving it. It's going to be even better as we go along. Okay, that's one of the updates we're going to be coming up next. Same thing here. You see this teeth will be even better than this. Okay, soon. It's the other one we're going to be working on. Pretty creative stuff. Look at this one. Pretty creative, right? People are doing, so we're announcing every day, almost every winner. So what I'm going to do to keep it fair, because some of you folks didn't get it yet and we're closing down for good, I'll give you folks 24 hours or so for those who want to get in. And even after that you post, I'll put you into the draw as well of the winners. Okay. So you'll have choices. Either you can get $100 or so, or we're going to be giving you swag like t-shirts or hats and stuff like that. Or maybe you want to get some other product of ours worth $100 or whatever. You can do that. You can pick whatever you want, right? Doesn't really matter. I will be getting in touch with you. But that's just to keep things interesting and fun, right? And so many people are posting stuff, which is great. And that's exciting to see, because that gives you, like, look at this one. This is a talking monkey here. See this, the teeth are on. I'm not too satisfied, to be honest here. They tried it, which is great. I'm happy to see Munal try it. But our system that we're working on is even better than this. Okay, it's just you're gonna see the difference. It's a little bit blurrier on the lips right now. That's not going to be the case. Okay, that's why we're doing some tests for talking animals. Just good though. Good to see somebody tried it. This one looks really nice as well. Dina tried it. Great with the head movements and stuff. Awesome. So that's as well. Now, one thing I want to show you in the application is anytime you make a mistake. Hey, you're not perfect, right? We do make mistakes. So in cases where you make a mistake, right? Let me show you. If I can log in here, that is. Okay. All right. I can log in. All right. And you'll see all the updates here, by the way. Anyways, but one thing I want to show you here, which is available right now, the Talking Photos application, stuff like that, it's here. Once a video is created, right, in the media library, right? Let's say send my AI videos or whatever. And you see this right here. This is a video, let's say, right? of this earlier man, and maybe this is the video of her talking.
I look around my desk.
You see her fingers here are a little bit off, right? Check this out.
All I see are mountains.
I don't like it. What we have is we have an option called repair and optimize. It takes stuff like this and it optimizes it automatically because it's really awesome. So any video that comes out like this, you can click on repair and optimize. This was a new feature we added recently. And look at this example here. Same video.
I look around my desk, and all I see are mountains.
Much better, right? No blurriness. Her head's moving perfectly.
Each pile of promise
Pretty cool, right? So that repair and optimize feature works for any video you create. You just click on preview, so you can right click, play, and then any talking video, that is, right? In this case, this was not a talking video, but any talking video, like it'll show up, like this one right here, play.
The relationship
This is a talking video, right?
between a parent and child is so heartwarming.
And then you can click on repair and optimize. When you do this, that's it. You just click on one button and it'll always be perfect. It'll never have blurry hands. You'll never have too much movement where it blurs out things. It just it automatically figures out what the issues are. It optimizes and repairs that video and creates a perfect talking lip sync video. Little details like these, right, matter if you think about it, right? So that you don't waste your time trying to figure out and fix it and that sort of thing. You know what I'm saying? Look at this one. It's cartoon video, right? So basically you can create stuff like this and you have training on how to do it and stuff like that, right? Now, another awesome. Thank you so much, Reed. Appreciate you as well. Now, this one was a question. Can you have multiple in the same video frame still be able to have one of them talking? Yes, one of them does talk as long as they're the centered person in that scene. Now, what we are working on as well is in group photo scenarios. That's something in our checklist to do. Like, let's say, for example, like this one, right? I'll show you. So in this case, right, it'll always be the person who's centered who will be talking. But in case like this, right, what we are working on is have both of them talk at the same time. Like if it's like a Christmas carol, right? Like you have 5 people or 6 people or whatever, and that all their lips will be moving and talking. That's something we've come very close to figuring out. It's just that our priorities are there, and then we'll get there. But it should be not a problem for us to solve. That's something we're working on. Yeah, for sure. I hear you. Can you add your own audio? Yes, 100%. You can upload your own audio. It works 2 ways. Either you upload an audio that will apply across the entire timeline, okay? Or you can go in here, go to import media, and this is text to speech, but you can go to import media, and then you can upload it for the talking person. Does that make sense? So like, for example, like I'll show you. Let's say you go to my videos, and then you click on this, right? And let's say you want to recreate this, right? And you click on talking photos, right? Click create talking photos. Click on import audio. You see this select audio. You can upload your own audio here. And the beauty is it'll only do it for that person's talking part. This could be up to 5 minutes long if you get TalkingPhotos.ai, okay, per scene. Up to 15 minutes in total for the entire video, okay? What is a support email? I'll give you this. Good question, by the way, because I thought I did, but that's okay. All right. So this is the support email. Okay, let me just give it to you. It is support@TalkingPhotos.ai. Okay, if you didn't get any bonuses, then let us know, because I could give you the link here, but some of you folks didn't get it. So they'll not even know how to use the bonuses if you didn't get the application, right? But you can email our support team there. We're happy to assist you there. But yeah, here you can upload it. And it says maximum 300 seconds. That's per scene. Okay, what that means is 5 minutes. Where this person you want to talk for 5 minutes, let's say, you can do that, right? That's the other thing that is there. Now, you can post any questions you have as well right now, because once we close down, it's too late. Yeah, missed out for good, okay? I can post any questions if you haven't already gotten it. So there's already subtitles added in. You see this this part right here called automatic captions to the bottom right that I have here. It takes you to this with subtitle application. It's already there. It creates subtitles for you. In addition, what we're going to be doing in the Talking Photos solo application, it's going to have one of the steps have subtitles, which is going to be automatic in the flow itself, because that's going to be more Talking Photos related, right? So that's there. And because we already have that system set up, it's super easy. Okay. Now, another question is, yeah, don't forget the audio cutter. Yeah, that's also here in the bottom right. You see this audio cutter? So what this is like in cases where, say, for example, you want to split the audio into equal parts to match some of your scenes, you can do that. So let's say you uploaded a 5-minute audio file, but you want to have multiple people doing different actions, not talking, but maybe actions. you can do that. It'll split them, and then you can apply multiple people in it. So you don't have to do it manually. It's done automatically. Or you can even do it for talking as well if you do want to do it. But it's pretty powerful tool. We have a tutorial on this as well in the tutorial section that you can do as well, right? Basically, you have translation. Yeah, it can speak in any language as well. And you can have it in any language as well, the text to speech and stuff like that. Or you can upload it in any language as well. Will repair and optimize be available in the final version? The idea is you don't even need it probably, because we're going to repair and optimize at the point of creation itself, the technology. Right now it's a button. It will be more automated at that point. So that's the plan, at least right now. Okay. Now, the other point that I wanted to make is, can you keep your generation private? Yes, 100%. You can go to your media library and you can make that private so it doesn't show in the library. Easy to do. If you can email our support team if you want to know how to do it, okay? And also the other point I wanted to kind of answer as well is the final parting thing I wanted to tell you folks, because I don't want to keep going on and on this, because we are closing down, right? Once it closes down, it's going to double up in price later, and you have to wait for a couple of months anyway to get access to it. And on top of that as well, you'll have to buy extra things as an upsell or whatever. You don't have to, as you're getting into the early bird deal. And as I mentioned before, I may never do it again. What I just did with Talking Photos, what happened, just to give you some perspective on things, for those of you who just want to be truthful, is we were planning on releasing this technology and giving it about 3 weeks ago, just about 4 weeks ago. Then my wife had a baby, right? A baby boy. So all the priorities got shifted and everything else. Then basically, thank you so much for the people saying congratulations. Appreciate you. And so what happened was this project slightly got delayed a little bit. And so I thought, okay, because of the fact that, it's getting delayed, but I do want to give this into your hands because it's a really powerful technology, because we are getting incredible results with it. When we're using it in different projects of ours, or even clients we've shown this to internally, because we do this stuff manually for a lot of clients using our tool. And then I thought, I want to give it to you folks. You get an edge. And I thought, why not? I just, give it to you for the lowest possible price. I can celebrate with you as well. And that was basically the reality. If that event didn't happen, I would have definitely priced it double this price for sure. And also more importantly, you didn't have gotten the savings and stuff like that. But hey, you win, everybody wins here. And we can also do something experiment here where hopefully it works out. I hope it works out. Even if it doesn't work out, regardless, I may never do this again. But the point is that we are taking your feedback in and improving the software beforehand itself. So that means when you get your hands on it, most, if not all, of the features that you already want are in there. You don't have to wait for it to be added in later on. I mean, I don't mean it's going to be perfect, but talking animals was one. We're going to have that ready. Isn't that exciting? When we go live in about 3 weeks time or so. You don't have to wait for 2-3 months for that, or never in some cases, because after the launch, a lot of people just they disappear, right? We're not going to do that. Secondly, another thing is subtitles was one. Like, you got KS was asking, and some of the folks as well. That's the other one. We want to integrate that in right away from the get-go, so you can have subs coming in while talking. That's another one. Another one was hand movement styles, right? Well, the examples you showed me, they're all like having similar type of hand movements. Can I have different ones? Yes. So instead of just the static ones, like she's doing that and she's changing her hands like that, you can pick and choose. You can thumbs up, saying hi and speaking, blah, blah, blah. You can pick and choose what you want, okay? That's the other one. And similarly, as well, the other one as well came in is show me the training on how to do this stuff, some examples. We've already done that ahead of time, right? So we've shown you like channels like these, right? How to create a channel from scratch. We've shown you like this, right? Like this channel right here. How did they build this channel, right? This Excuse Your Age channel, 440,000 subscribers, right? It just got created a few months ago. All AI videos. Every single video here was created with AI, right? Not a single one was created manually, right? And you see it, right? Like, so the point I'm making is, this is what's going to set you apart when you get training like this, to reverse engineer. How did they create these cartoon characters? How did they make them speak? How did they create the transitions, the story, everything we've trained you on, right? So there's nothing left to chance or luck here. You can follow the pathway that is already designed to help you succeed, right? Not so much guesswork, right? And that's doable today. It's not like you need 5 tools to make it happen, go to a college for 6 months to learn a course on how to do this, and then still it's so difficult that it's not possible, right? I mean, you should be doing this stuff in minutes. Videos like this, right? Videos like this, I got 623,000 likes and 3,746 comments. It's doable. It's not out of reach. Does that make sense? Like, that is what makes this a game changer, because before you would know, okay, this stuff works, I know, but I don't know how to create it. Like, you need to be like a graphics animator, you need to be like a 3D production person, movie guy or gal, you need to have gone to 4 years of animation courses and storytelling courses and all that. No, you can create it with one technology in just a few minutes, and all of that is through AI, right? And like, one of the questions people always ask is, will YouTube demonetize me, or will they ban me, or will they block me, will they not get me traffic? All I'm saying is, look at these examples. We have tons of them, by the way, in our case studies bonus I had, right? Remember I told you this one right here, training and case studies. We have like hundreds of case studies in different industries like this, because if I did it, you'll be like, oh, you can do it, Paul, but what about me, or what about somebody else, right? So the point I'm trying to make is, whether you get this much traffic or not is irrelevant. That's not the point. The point here is that what would take you weeks, or if not never, without rocket science level like knowledge, could be done in your fingertips right now. You can have fun doing it. You can do it to generate more traffic, leads, and sales. You can do it for clients. You can do it even for any business of yours, or any idea of yours, or any product or service of yours, which is great, because 90% of all content consumed on the internet right now is video. You should be doing video in some way, shape, or form, right? You're watching this video right now, right? Much more of an engaging way to communicate than even a text form, right? So you get the point. Now, another point, yeah, thank you so much for posting in the group as well. And another is, once the face is changed, would you be able to apply the new face? Yes. The only thing though is that, so to answer your question, can I do face swap and stuff? Yes, it's going to work 2 ways, Ulrich. It goes even better than that. So let's say, for example, I'll go back here. So where are we here? This example, right? So let's say this is your face, right? This right here. It not only generates the perfect photo to do the hand movements and stuff like that. That's the great technology we cracked. So you need to start with one photo, and then you create multiple variations of you or your client or whoever. And also on top of that, create different styles, right, in different environments. And here's the kicker. You and your face will be talking with hand movements and stuff. Or you can create even without the face. Let's say you want to basically create your own mascot or whatever. You can do that too. Like, you can have your own spokesperson for representing a brand or business, that sort of thing, right? So it goes both ways. So it's not just like a face swap per se. I know in some of the videos it must have mentioned that. It goes beyond that. So like face swap would have been, you had a video, you put your face. We've done that. Other people have done that. This is the next generation. It goes where you upload one photo and create multiple variations of you performing different actions and different locations and different formats, and then have you talking, moving your hands and stuff like that. That's what makes it so exciting. It's next generation technology, and is the best out there. I mean, you can't get any better than this, right? At least I can know of. Okay. So anyway, you can basically, as I said, increasing the price already. It's going to be closing down soon. You get all these bonuses as well, obviously, and you can create different stories and campaigns and stuff like that. And like Reed mentioned, right, it's great for capturing attention and getting customers. Absolutely. And you can even do this for other clients too, even if you don't have your own business, right? Like, I mean, you can build it for other clients. I mean, who wouldn't? Like, think of it this way, right? Who wouldn't, like a pizza store, right? Who wouldn't want to get 228,000 views to sell their pizza to clients? Like this video that you see, the pizza dream thing, right? Who wouldn't, right? Let's say this is a coffee company, right? Who wouldn't want 130,000 views to sell their coffee, right, for one video? So what I'm trying to explain is, like, you can sell any product or service. The question is eyeballs, right? Engagement, attention, right? And then that'll help you a lot, right? And it'll help you also understand the true power of traffic ultimately, because I wanted to tell you, right? The idea is, you need to understand, right? People are willing to spend a lot of money, right, for the ability to get traffic right now. Okay. The idea is that when you think about it, the reason why this is the case, right, is a lot of times, right, people will try to get into an industry, do some things, But at the end of the day, it's so expensive these days to reach customers, right, in different industries and stuff like that. Does that make sense? For different keywords, right, and different industries? Like you can go to Google and you can just type this, and you'll understand what I'm talking about, right? Like, it's so expensive these days to get traffic out there for different industries and different keywords and stuff like that, right? And it's super expensive, like, as you can imagine. I've seen costs go up like $20 a click for certain industries, like legal industries, finance, and stuff like that, like insurance, and you get the point, right? And it's extremely expensive for that reason alone, if you think about it, right? And similarly, right, if like local realtors or real lawyers and stuff like that, that's up quite a bit, right? Like, I'll show you an example. Like, I'll just show you this example here for those who were asking. It's just some free tool I searched, but you can get it online. Anyways, the point is, check this out. For keto diet keyword, $1.26 per click, right? If you do like, let's say like personal, like injury lawyer or whatever, right? Somebody wants to search for that injury lawyer, right? That is $5 a click, as you saw, even just for 537 people, right? That's up quite a bit. This is what I'm trying to tell you. And you can use Chrome extensions or whatever for this, but you get the point, right? It's very expensive to get this stuff, right? Right now, and you can get traffic for free. That's the gold rush, right? Like, imagine, right, if you know for a fact that if 2% of the people who land on a website end up buying something, then you just want to get as many of people as possible to watch and come to your page or your product or service, right? That's the goal, right? So that's the basic idea. Yeah, look at this. Besides using this for my business, I've made my own YouTube channel using the knowledge shared so far for myself. Absolutely. And that'll be there forever. It's an asset, right? It'll always help you in the long run, right? And that's how I want you to think about it. Now, and the other thing as well, okay, is this a question? I'm hearing you, right? I hear you, Kelly, okay? Could you consider do latest tips and training on best ways to affiliate links in different platforms? Yes, good question. So I actually mentioned this in other training as well, Kelly. So let's say, right, like I'll explain this to you. When you look at any product, service, or whatever, right? So like if you watch my stream right now, I'll actually mute myself, but I'll show you anyway, because people want to see real life examples, right? So this is our live stream, right? I'm talking right now. I see your comment here, right? You see how I put the comment here, Kelly? Like closing down, get this thing in the description box. In order to do this link, your YouTube channel has to be what's called monetized. We did the training on, and you can check in our Facebook group and our tutorial section as well. But the monetization criteria right now is actually designed for shortcut way to do that is actually for shorts, right? So what they want is in a 90-day period, you needed 3 videos at least, and the shorts should have like like a couple of million views. But to get the millions of views is very easy with shorts. It's impossible. Trust me. I've done horizontal videos, too much competition. You're competing against people spending way too much money on it. And it's like a 30-second video or 10-second video. I mean, getting views on that much, not that hard, right? That is how these channels are getting monetized. Like these folks right here, they're doing all shorts. Like you go into home, right? They don't have a single non-short video. You see this? Only shorts. Right? This is the case because YouTube is trying to compete against TikTok and stuff. So in your case, I'll put the affiliate link in that description box. Or alternatively, just like how I have a link right now on the screen, you can also put that as text for people to go. Not the best approach, but that's another option. No link in description as well. To do that, you got to get monetized. And here's the thing with monetization that also gives you a huge benefit, which we have been training you on. With shorts, it's faster, right? The other benefit of monetization is it gives you more reach. Why? When Google can put ads in the videos you have, right? They make money with your video, right? So they generally tend to give a higher reach for videos that are monetized because Google makes money because advertisers pay them money and they want more of those types of accounts, right? So that's the other benefit. The only reason why they're restricted and make it hard is basically because of the fact that they want to kind of separate junk accounts from decent accounts. That's what they've done. But the shortcut is right now with shorts to make it simply there. Okay. Hope that is clear. Now, all the other point that I wanted to explain as well, okay, is Oh, appreciate that. You got the trial. Appreciate you. I want to speak in Spanish, but yeah, I gotcha. Thank you, Diego. Right now, the other question I'm going to make the final point as well here. Kind of gets a little bit preachy. I hate doing that, but I just want to explain this to you folks. Whether you like it or not, sometimes truth has to be told, right? Somebody has to tell you that, if not me, right? So it's almost like that. Okay. Now, only thing I want to mention here is what's happening right now is that recently, right? I'll show you actually. So Amazon, right? This is the thing. You should look at the search. Okay, check this out. What Amazon did apparently is they bought this nuclear power plant power data center, right? I believe it's in Pennsylvania or somewhere. Yeah, Pennsylvania, right? So the U.S., the country, is running out of power to power all these AI chips and stuff. So people, one of the things people say is like, well, Paul, if AI is in future, why aren't we like using it more often now? Why aren't we like having it in our day-to-day life? Like, why is our phone not fully AI powered? Why is our computers not? Well, capacity is the problem right now. It's not so much of the know-how, because we are in this AI space, right? Like, we know every day. Like, the problem is we don't have enough infrastructure to be able to do crazy things with AI just yet, because there's not enough electricity to power these data centers. Like Amazon started doing this nuclear power plant. There are a lot of nuclear power plants being built in China, US, and everywhere else right now, actually, to power all this infrastructure. This is going to take about 5 years to fully finish, okay, according to estimates, right? What that means, in other words, is that in 5 years' time, once this capacity gets built, right, it's done. Like, it's going to be every day, right? And the skill set that you built in the next year or 2 years of, you leveraging AI, using AI for day-to-day stuff, your marketing stuff, lead generation, traffic, video creation, image generation, whatever, right, will set you apart from everybody else, because now you're better positioned than them, right? So similarly, what I wanted to also show you, a perfect example, right? I believe it's 1900 New York. What is a horse buggy, right? You'll see what I'm talking about. Right. So this was the case, right? New York City, right? I'll show you. Look at these examples, by the way. So this is the perfect example. Easter morning, 1900, Fifth Avenue, New York City, right? There was just one automobile. Everybody's walking, right? And then there's all these horse buggies, right? Okay, 1913. Okay, this was 12, 13 years later. Fifth Avenue, you saw all cars, one horse buggy, just one horse. You see the difference? And here's the key thing. This is how technology changes, right? A lot of times people are like, I still want to stick around and be in the horse buggy, right? While everybody else is doing cars, right? So this person right here who had the car was the early adopter, right? And then in 12 years, everybody, and then the infrastructure was built around the car. You had better roads and bridges and stuff. And without roads and bridges, you couldn't have as many cars on the road, right? So the infrastructure is being built right now. I like to show this example to you folks to understand is it changes, like the dynamic changes so quickly before you know it. And people are like, whoa, what happened? Why did I miss it? How did I miss it? And this is what happened. This is what's happening now. Like, you could like think about it like this, where in about 5 years time, everyday stuff will have AI power. Your refrigerator will be AI powered, your radio, your TV, your let's say anything you can think of, right? Even your furniture will be AI powered in some way. Does that mean like it's a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. What I'm saying is though is that if you have the skill set to understand it, you'll be better to spot the opportunities there, right? Like, imagine when this changed, right? From the horses to cars, how many people made money who understood it right away and built car parts, car servicing industries, anything to do with infrastructure like roads and stuff, bridges, building that. Or even for that matter, in the case of cars, there were a lot of people who worked on windshield wiper technologies, people who worked on like engine technologies, right? Gasoline companies, everybody, right? But the companies are like, I'm still gonna go and fix these horse buggies. They went out of business, right? Adaptation, that's how it works, right? Same thing is applying right now. The governments are spending trillions of dollars on nuclear power plants, and you got infrastructure being built out. Once it becomes day to day, it becomes like this, night and day, right? In a short period of time. So all I'm saying is that we're in that building phase right now across the board. We meaning governments, like big institutions, banks and even inventors like Elon Musk or like say like Mark Zuckerberg or all these other folks are building the infrastructure right now, and they're spending hundreds of billions, I mean trillions of dollars at the end of the day, all said and done. The question is, somebody will get a small piece of that pie, right? If that much money is going into this. And the question is, will you be that one, or will you just allow somebody else, right, at the end of the day? Okay. So that is how you have to look at it. Okay. Yep, exactly. Watch the Nick TV series. I'm not sure about it. I'm not watching it, but I get it, right? Absolutely. Right. So I want you to basically explain this part. Okay. So those who are joining in late and stuff, go get the TalkingPhotos.ai/go. As you see in that page right now, when that countdown timer goes to 0, we'll be closing down for good. And when we reopen in a couple of months or so, this will be double the price, and the free trial will never be available anyways. You're really missing that option for good. And on top of that, you'll have to pay probably credits, and you'll have to pay for some upsells and add-ons and stuff. Those who get in right now, the version 2.0, 3.0, all that stuff will be free. And on top of that, here's the key part. On top of that as well, your feedback right now, what you're doing will be prioritized. People wanted talking animals, you're adding that in. People wanted the ability to have more hand movement styles. That'll be added in from day one, okay? And then also people wanted the ability to add subtitles. Day one, it'll be available. People also wanted the ability to create an entire storyline and stuff like that. That'll be on day one. Okay, so that we're taking your feedback so that you don't have to wait for months and months or ever, right? Sometimes never, right? To get the features you wanted. So that's the cool thing we're doing right now. So which is great. So you can participate in the creation of the project from the get-go, and have whatever you want, because you're the key players here for us, right? You're the most important player here. You're the MVP, most valuable player here. We want your feedback. Okay, so that said, thank you so much for being on these trainings. We have more live trainings planned out. And we have a lot of other cool, exciting things planned out for you folks. So watch out for it. The next ones will all be about training, nothing talking about this, because once we close down, I have nothing to talk about for you to get, right? We'll be focused on the training and stuff like that. So if you haven't already, go to that link, TalkingPhotos.ai/go. I'll post the link as well in the chat box for you folks to get it. As I mentioned before, this is probably the deal of a lifetime here. I mean, really, if you think about it, right? You won't find anything this great of a deal anywhere for any price. I mean, no upsells, no downsells, everything included for that just one-time payment. Yes, we raised the price a little bit, a couple of bucks, but still the greatest deal ever, right? In that sense. And we want to do that too. That's great. I want to give back to you and give value to you anyways, right? So take care. And I appreciate you all for getting in. You'll not be disappointed. You'll be amazed when it's available. And I appreciate you as well, Nick as well. And I look forward to seeing you in other training sessions. And I look forward to also hearing your feedback. Let our support team know, right? Remember this here. Let our team know what feedback you want. We're taking notes. Let us know in our Facebook group if you haven't already. Join our Facebook group there, because we're sharing stuff there as well. Like here, you see these projects. You're hearing your feedback from all these projects being posted, right? And we're seeing like what you're using the application for and how to improve it further, right? We're seeing all these projects. And we're announcing winners as well for people posting in our group almost daily. And my goal is to offer more and more prizes to keep it fun, and also ensure that I force you to implement stuff, right? Because you'll understand how easy it is to use the application and our tools and stuff, right? So that said, have a great day and night around the world. If you haven't already, get Talking Photos AI. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside. If not even, wish you all the best. You'll still have a lot of our free training, free stuff coming up soon, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Take care, folks.